Okay, so we're going to be talking next about Facebook ad account structure as well as Facebook ad structure. And before we really kick this off, the best way to understand Facebook ad account structure is to understand the history of the platform itself, because that's where you understand the direction Facebook is going so that you can then cater your business towards what Facebook is actually asking from advertisers, especially when you know where their bias is towards. All right. So the history of Facebook. So back in 2010, I'm going to say 2010 onwards, Facebook was a completely different place than it is now. It was like a wild west back then. So Facebook then was like TikTok is now, where TikTok, if you're advertising on TikTok at the moment, TikTok is rewarding advertisers with great traffic, great conversions, fantastic reach, fantastic impressions, because it's in its infancy as an ad platform. The moment it grows and it matures and more people break the algorithm and more people start to do wrong videos and their AI starts to pick up on things and all this data stuff happens for TikTok like it's happened to Facebook, then it will change and be more like Facebook is now. But like I said, Facebook used to be just like TikTok is now back in 2010, where you could literally just do a conversion ad. So which would just have like a crappy creative, for instance, a decent-ish copy, go to a sales page, and they would either convert from that sales page, or you would do another retargeting ad, taking them back to that sales page where they would then convert. And you'd just loop this over and over again, and you'd see a great return on your ad spend from Facebook. Now, can you still do that fast forward to 2022 onwards? Absolutely, it's doable. It's a lot harder than it used to be though because of iOS. You can also get away with it in a sense of, even though third-party cookies are going to be at some point completely removed from the face of the internet, you can still get away with some retargeting ads. So you can still do this, but more so now, Facebook is about strategy as opposed to just turning up with a conversion ad and getting somebody to buy. So like I said, you could do that years ago where it would just be an ad to a sales page and then watch the cash register ring. Now Facebook is more about the strategy at play. And a large reason behind that is because of what's happened since that time. So since 2010, Facebook has been investigated numerous times for data privacy violations. They've been, Zuckerberg himself has been interviewed by Congress because of the power and leverage that Facebook has. And what this has done is it's made people trust Facebook a lot less now, to the point of where you could probably argue not many people even like Facebook anymore. Now, what does that mean for advertisers? Well, that simply means this. Facebook has been, over the last few years, towing this line between the user experience and giving the advertisers a great platform to reach new people. And they've constantly been, like I said, towing this line indefinitely. And with good reason, because Facebook know that without its users, it doesn't have advertisers' money. Because the whole reason we advertise on Facebook is because it's got a large user pool of targeted people. You know, people who like dogs, for instance, who own Labradors. We can send them like ads for Labrador specific dog vitamins or something like that. We pay to use that data to get conversions, for instance. And because Facebook has been constantly towing this line, it finds itself between, do we reward the advertisers with great traffic and cheap conversions, cheap CPLs, cheap CPCs like cost per clicks and great return of ad spend at the hindrance of the user experience because they're going to see an ad every 2 or 3 scrolls? Or do we improve the user experience by lowering the inventory of ads, lowering the frequency of which those ads are shown to prospects, and making it more expensive for advertisers to advertise on the platform? Now, do you see where I'm going with this? Facebook are constantly towing this line to the point of where now I would say it firmly sits between the user experience 60% and the advertisers 40%. Facebook still knows that without advertisers, it wouldn't earn as much revenue as it does because it's a free platform, right? It knows it wouldn't earn that. But it also knows that without its users, it wouldn't have the advertisers' money. And it also knows that nobody on planet Earth would actually pay to use the platform. The only people who would probably pay to use the platform are people like us. entrepreneurs and marketers, because we'd see it as a platform to possibly make sales still, right? So we'd be the only people who'd still actually use it. So unless you were selling a product directly to marketers, it probably wouldn't work to you, especially if you're trying to go like more B2C, for instance, or D2C. But now that we kind of understand that Facebook cares more about the user experience and less about us, the advertisers, it still cares about us because, you know, if it didn't care about us at all and it was completely 100% over here, but still took our money, they'd be uproar completely. So we know for a fact that that's not the case. It's focusing more on the user experience because it has to. It has to rebuild that trust, that know, like, and trust with people. It has to create a great user experience. So for instance, it wants to have it where if somebody sees your ad, they go to a good landing page that's optimized for Facebook, that's validated by Facebook. And it wants to make sure that this is compliant and this is compliant. And overall, this just makes the consumer incredibly happy. That's what Facebook is caring about at this point in time. And through knowing this, it allows us to strategically create our ads under the guise of just improving the user experience significantly. And here's a great example of this. So this is Boom by Cindy Joseph. This is Ezra Firestone's brand. And I'm going to say roughly, just to hazard a guess, they spend about 1 mil a month just on Facebook ads. So this is excluding Google, Bing, etc. Just on Facebook, they spend about 1 million a month. And what I want you to do as we dive through their funnel and look at the way that they've structured the ad account, I want you to think about what you're seeing and what works so well about this funnel. So bear in mind and keep in mind what I said here about the user experience and the advertiser and Facebook constantly diving up and down this line. So let's take a look at their ad account. So they've got a launch here, which is totally fine. We'll ignore that because, you know, they've not really launched a product yet. They're just generating leads. But let's look at some of the ads that they have going at the moment. So this ad right here, which has been running since the 20th of June, where does this take us? This takes us to an article, 5 makeup tips for older women, how to bring out your natural beauty at 50, 60, 70 and beyond. Cool, nice one. Let's go a little bit further down. What do we have here? So we've got here again, this ad takes people to that same article, 5 makeup tips for women, how to bring out your natural beauty at 50, 60, 70 and beyond. Let's keep looking down. These are ads that have been running since the 18th of June. So, you know, as I record this for you, it is the 6th of July. If they've been running since the 20th of June and onwards, as we go deeper down this ad library, we can safely assume that they're profitable and they're hitting the KPIs that Ezra and Boom by Cindy Joseph actually want. Let's take a look further down. What's this? 5 pro-age makeup tips for bold, dazzling eyes. I'm going to say it says there. Yes, it says it there, actually. I've just completely missed that headline. But showcase your sparkling eyes, not your makeup. Okay, so this is another article presenting the product here on the right-hand side. If you go further down, as we can kind of see inside this article, tip 2, don't conceal, reveal. We suggest Boom Silk, Boom Cotton. We suggest Boom Gold, Boomstick Glimmer, Boomstick Trio. They're suggesting their products here. So they're pre-framing and pre-selling their products. They're selling this big promise, which we'll be talking about in the next video in this article, okay? So let's look at something else as we go further down. Where does this one take us? Where are we going here? 6 easy tips for lovely lips. Okay, this is another article selling Boom Gloss, selling their products, for instance here, Boom Scrub, Boomstick Glow again. Cool, that's the exact same as the previous ones. Let's go down again now. What we've got here, what's this one? Best pro-age cosmetics. This is straight to the collection page. So this is probably a retargeting ad for anybody who has became a lead or looked at one of those articles that we've just been reading. Let's keep going down. Let's look again. 5 makeup tips here for older women. We've just seen that one. Again, this has been running since the 22nd of April. So we know that they're hitting the KPIs they want from this. First impressions, Boom Mascara. What's this landing page? This looks like a customer testimonial, but in a written format. Again, yeah, there we go. There's a testimonial done as an article talking about what they like about it, showing more social proof, selling the product on the right-hand side. Let's look again deeper into this funnel. Again, just think about how Ezra has structured this ad account. There's a lot of articles, there's a lot of sending traffic to these articles that have testimonials and the product on them. Let's take a look at this. Why 40,000 women love this Pro Age makeup. Again, sending them to these articles that sell these products. Let's keep looking as we go further down. Your new silver hair look starts here. What's this? Okay. Asking for an email address, send me this guide. Not too bad. So that's obviously a lead magnet, which is going to send them to another article that we can imagine, or is going to send them a free report in their email, as well as to then try to convert them via the email channel. Let's look at this one again. 5 makeup tips for older women. Again, this ad, this landing page clearly converts. Otherwise, they wouldn't be diverting traffic to it. So hopefully you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Facebook optimizes for the user experience, and Boom by Cindy Joseph has clearly optimized their sales process and their Facebook funnel, their ad account, for this user experience. They want to take people who see this ad, their thumb stops, they go, okay, cool, ready to go Pro Age. What's this? I'm going to click on this. 7 tips for creating your own Pro Age look. And it's going to take me to an article which is going to sell me some product. It's a squeeze page. How to reveal rather than conceal your beauty after 50. Buy Boom Gleam, Boom Silk, Boom Nectar, wherever it is. Shop our product age line, our Pro Age line, so not our product age line. Buy the stuff there. So it's optimizing for the user experience, as we can clearly see. And it's retargeting people, and it's structured their ad account to be top of funnel. We want to get an email address and just to build some rapport. So we're going to send people to these lead magnets, which is like, get better silver hair. There's stuff down here, I believe. The last time I looked at this was like how to take like better selfies, for instance. What's this one? Dark circles and puffy eyes, what to do after 50. Let's divert traffic and send traffic to these landing pages to get an email address at least. Let's also send them to these articles to build some rapport and maybe get some sales. But what we want top of funnel is just to get a conversion and just to get a lead so we can optimize our email campaigns for it. After that, the people who visit that page, we can retarget them with catalog ads as well as product page ads, because if they go to the catalog page or the product page and they add something to cart, they'll be retargeted with specific ads for that moment that they are in. And that's exactly what Boom have done. Top of funnel is all about list building. So what are they doing? They're sending people from these ads to these landing pages to get an email address, because they're then going to send them emails to try and convert them, as well as send them straight to the product page to get them to try and buy. If they don't buy, not only do they have this email following up with them, but they also get re-engaged with more conversion ads, either sending them to a lead magnet if they didn't go there before, or sending them to an article, or straight to the catalog page itself, to the collection page where they can then buy. What they will then do is, after reading maybe another article, so like Bold Dazzling Eyes or whatever it may be, they'll then add to cart and then be hit with this ad here, which is going to be a dynamic catalog ad saying, hey, you forgot this in your cart, click here to buy it so you don't miss out. That's all their Facebook ad structure is. That's all their ad account is. It's just send people to these articles which improve the user experience, which delivers value. It demonstrates we can help people by actually helping them, and then retarget people and re-engage with people, middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, who click on the link, click on the CTA, watch a certain length of a video, and add to cart or initiate checkout. That's all their funnel is. It's not this big convoluted mess like most people have their ad accounts, where it's this ad goes to this webinar, which sells this thing. This ad goes to this webinar. I've got this webinar, this lead magnet, that landing page, this landing page. There's none of that. It's just, we've got these articles over here, these lead magnets, which convert like crazy. They've obviously finally optimized this and found that this one, the one here and the one here actually do convert best. They're sending people to these articles, for instance, which they've tested at scale to see, okay, we get more conversions through this article and the other ones and any other ones on our site. That's what you need to do to win with Facebook ads. You need to plan your structure, plan your ad account for the customer journey you want to take people on. Boom here want to demonstrate they can help people by actually helping them. The absolute minimum they want to get from somebody is an email, so they can build that relationship off of Facebook or off of Google, for instance. That's the absolute minimum they want to get from this channel. If they get a conversion here, that's totally cool. They are bidding for it. You know, they're sending people to these articles where they can go buy straight away. They can obviously buy from opting in here as well. We can safely assume that their top of funnel just looks like this. Send people to these articles and send people to these lead magnets, again, to pre-sell the product and demonstrate you can help them by actually helping them. If you get an email address at the same time, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Anybody who goes to these pages or clicks the link or engages with the video ad or clicks the CTA will be re-engaged with here with more conversion ads, sending them to more articles, as well as to catalog pages or collection pages where they can then go on to buy and add to cart and initiate checkout. Those of them who don't purchase and just add to cart and initiate checkout get served with this ad right here, which is, hey, we don't need to miss out, go and buy now. And it's just a simple case of shop now, going straight back to that product and then purchasing it. That's literally all their Facebook account is. That's literally their ad account. And you need to do the same. Optimize it for the user experience like they have, and lean into that. If that's what Facebook wants, lean into it because you'll be rewarded for it. Now, another thing which you should do as well, which we will briefly go over here. And this is something that comes directly from Facebook, and this is something that comes directly from Google. Clicks aren't good for awareness or purchase intent. So 90% of Facebook ads don't need to be clicked in order for them to be converting or to sell people on the product. And I want you to keep that in mind, because when we look at this next statistic here, which is that Google search increases by 34% from seeing Facebook ads, we can kind of see why. So what this means is, if this is to be true from what Facebook is saying, that 90% of their ads don't need to be clicked in order to convert, what this means is people are doing either one of three things. They are either seeing the ad and then clicking on it and then purchasing from there. They're either seeing the ad, going to Google, and then converting from there by Googling your brand, as we can kind of see in this category, this column here. Or they're seeing your ad and then typing in your domain name in their browser and converting from there. Or, and here's another curveball, they're seeing your ad, going to a review site, if you've been on one, for instance, like if you're on Trustpilot, they're looking at reviews and then they're going on to buy. So they might Google you again or type in your domain name. But you could argue that that sale all started from that Facebook ad, showing what Facebook says to be true, that 90% of them don't need to be clicked in order to be converting. Anyway, that is how to structure your ad account, leaning into demonstrating you can help people by actually helping them and optimizing for the user experience. In the next video, I'm going to talk to you about an actual Facebook ad structure and how to go on from there. So I'll see you in that one. Bye-bye.